has anybody here ever been scammed or hoaxed?
Another thing too is we may also be so focused on a task, this is called flow, that we totally miss huge buckets of information. Now we often experience this, for example, while driving, right? How many have ever driven and all of a sudden, you know, just realized, oh, I've just driven a half hour and I don't remember what the heck I was doing, right? It's because you're in the zone, right? And it's not that you were like not paying attention, it was just you were so focused, you just kind of lost track. I'm going to teach you all a magic trick today that's based on blinding. Right, so we're going to have you pick a card. Alright, so from this group, pick a card. Just remember one card, remember it really quick. Alright, so everybody got a card? Say yeah. Yeah. Okay, watch this. I'm going to make it disappear. Alright, now this is a very simple trick to do. It's not you know, earth-shattering amazing, but in the right context, it can fool a lot of people. And this is the basic secret of the trick. Is the first line is what I showed you at first, right? And this is what I showed you second. But if you notice, none of these cards match these ones, right? And again, this is the idea of blinding, right? It's hard to see all the information and remember all that information and try to hold on to it, right? So especially when you're focusing on one card. So because they can't focus on all the information, and because it's also quite similar as well, it's really easy to make their card bad. Now as human beings too, we're pattern seekers, right? You know, we're evolutionary prone to seek out patterns. You know, this is something that really, you know, helped our ancestors. Now we often see patterns where there are none. This can lead us to assume or see things that are really not there. Now this is obviously something that we use, that we can sometimes debate with people, you know, who are, you know, religious and stuff, and then they say, well, I saw such and such a thing happen, or I saw a face of, you know, the Virgin Mary on a piece of toast. So some patterns are very subtle, right? Some people see this and go, yeah, I see a face, right? You can see, you know, two eyes, maybe they're looking this way or looking this way, depending how you want to see the white and the dark, right? You can see this as the mouth, right? So some patterns are really, really subtle. You know, sometimes we do this when we look out at the clouds, right? You see patterns in clouds. You see shapes of ducks, dogs, whatever the case may be. So again, some are subtle, others not so much. And confirmation bias, basically what it does, it allows us to fool ourselves. It's basically only accepting information that supports our current view and gets rid or ignores of contradictory information or data. Alright, so audio illusions. Not only do we, you know, see things that aren't there, we can also hear things that aren't there as well. I'll get to the McGurk effect in a second. Misheard lyrics. I'm also a DJ. I can tell you lots of stories about really weird titles that people have come up to me for names of songs. I've had everything from Shamu, the Mysterious Whale, instead of She Moves in Mysterious Ways, by U2. Kid you not. I want a piece of date bread, instead of I want to be sedated. Argument from authority. I'm sure you've all seen commercials. Another common fallacy is appeal to ignorance. The claim that whatever has not been proved false must be true. So like using this from the History Channel. Like here's a picture of some sporting event, right? You know, it looks like it's really well attended, right? You know, so you got, you know, there's maybe, you know, a couple seats are empty, but it's mostly full, right? But here's the problem: it's a small sample. You take a bigger sample. Now, how many people are needed in a room for there likely to be two of them that would have the same birthday? Does anybody know this? Would anybody like to venture a guess?
The key word being likely.
Likely, yes. You got the key word. That's right. That is a key